That brings us to the end of our transport update. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we return, we will cross over straight to Nigeria for our headlines from that country. Our headline. Let's go straight for our commercial break, and then we'll be right back. Go for our commercial break.
SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR, S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Vedasse. Piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prompt, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodoma, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prom Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
10. Right, welcome back. That program this evening will not. Let's cross-check. We're trying to carry the latter part of the election live on this on the network. So those arrangements are still going on. So the Property Hour might not be live. The Property Hour might not be live today. We're focusing on elections, and I will bring you election updates. If you're in London, if you listen to us in the UK, if voting is taking place in your neighborhood, place, the best thing we will encourage you to do today is get out there and vote. 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 It's very, very important that we do not actually exclude ourselves from exactly what is happening. Decision-making process are very, very important. We say get out there and vote. I have voted. Well, you can't see any ink because here we do not do with that, because the intention of you going to do a second voting and cheating at all will not occur to you. But please, the probability and the possibility of someone giving you money and you are attempting to go and print another ballot again is very high. We use pencil just to tick the balls, and hey, we are gone. Simon OBV, how are you doing? Anyway, let's push on with our news. We go straight to what is happening in Nigeria. What is happening in Nigeria? I'm going to bring you whilst we're waiting for Mr. Olayomi to join us. Let's go for some items that are making the headline news in Nigeria. All Progressive Congress has extended its sale of expression of interest and nomination forms by 4 days. The initial deadline was Friday, but in a statement on Wednesday, that was yesterday, the APC chairman, publicity secretary, Barrister Felix Moka, said the exercise had been extended to Tuesday. That's at the next week. Governor Nyesom Wike of Rivers State says that the situation of Nigeria is so bad that the country needs a madman to turn things around for the better. I'm interested in that. The presidential aspirant of the People DPD said this while addressing delegates the party in Kogi State in the party on Wednesday. Well, do you believe Nigeria needs a madman to turn things around? And what is he actually referring to? And who is he the madman that he wants? Is he mad? And how has he demonstrated his madness? Besides, to what extent? And like I will always ask, you're gonna show us a little bit of what you've done. And if you have been a governor of a state like the Chinese would do, you can't just stand up to become a president in China. You have to go through a whole lot of training, and part of that training requires you to be an administrator of provinces. You might have, work as a councillor, rise through the rank, become probably a commissioner of a district, then rise through to become. So basically, there's those training processes that allows you to have first-hand knowledge of how it works down there. And therefore, when you are on top of out there, you do not find yourself wanting, because you basically know the details of how what is going on over there. So the governor of Rivers State, who now wants to be elected as a president, I have no problem with it. But if I were a party member and I was a Nigerian, or I'm voting Nigerian, Nigeria, the first question I'm going to be asking is, can you show us, as a governor, one, what you've done differently from other political big men or other politicians in Nigeria? I think that should be a very fair question to ask, and one should demand answers from people who are putting themselves forward. For instance, you've been a governor of that state. What measures did you put in place to cut costs on lavish spending? Did you ever take medical, holidays in abroad? How much did you spend on that? Did you actually use the taxpayers' money judiciously? And I think those are legitimate questions Nigerians should be asking. So yes, Governor, we accept you want to be a president. The good thing is that you've had experience of being a governor, so great. We like that. However, Rivers is a big part of Nigeria. So, hello, Governor. Can you tell us the taxpayers' money? How many Land Cruisers did you buy with it? When you had the opportunity as a governor, what did you do to transform River State, so that if we giving you the whole of Nigeria, we know in your hands we can entrust the whole of Nigeria, because you have demonstrated across River State that as a governor you were able to do A, B, C, D. But don't tell me just because you were a governor, you've amassed a lot of wealth, we should be giving you the slot. I do not believe that. And that is my issue even with Osibanjo, who has been the vice president, and again, is it Tinubu or what they call him, who was a cabinet minister and still a cabinet minister of this one. Olami, good morning to you, my brother. How are you doing?
Well, a very good morning back to you in the studio. Good morning to all our presenters that are getting ready, and I might be giving you a feed as well, hopefully before the programs end, when I'm going to be doing my own in terms of voting this morning. I've not done it yet, but I hope I'll be out there before 1 o'clock so that we can capture that. And just to prove to people back, especially in Africa, that elections shouldn't be do or die. I'm doing very well. It is exactly 11 minutes past on Starr Radio UK. It is your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. And like we say, we must all be part of a process if we want to change anything, especially for those that are also campaigning for election in Nigeria, as against those that are also saying it is time now for self-determination, which is a right, but you can't just sit down there and do nothing about it. We all have a role to play. Yeah. I say good morning and welcome to the morning show.
Thank you very much, Olami. And it's very interesting the way politics and the way voting goes. In fact, when I went there this morning, it's something I do always, but this morning I was reflecting about events that are taking place in Africa when it comes to elections, how we vote, and the violence. We also what happened last, and I was reflecting. I said, especially this just gone past weekend when someone has to die to vote, and I asked myself, what kind of democracy are we practicing in Africa? Olayomi, let me come back to you. And then, how's the family doing anyway?
Well, they're doing very well. You might probably get a bit of sound coming through.
That is absolutely fine. That is absolutely fine.
I say just about 2 days ago, I was dropping the little one to school, and they're already getting prepared for his full time in September. Okay. And you can see that they have an ample of time. But 774 local government, the UN Secretary General is in Nigeria, is in the northern part, and there's about 13 to 15 million Nigerian children that are out of school. So that means that education has become a norm to not just those in the northeast, the northwest, but to almost every part of Nigeria as we speak today. So the family are doing very well, like I always say.
Okay, well, let's come to you for the updates from Nigeria now. Take it over. Yeah.
Well, quite a lot of happening in Nigeria. Let's first go into Navy intercept 10.7 billion stolen crude oil and others in April. Remember, we said it some few weeks back that almost $3.5 billion was missing from the crude oil proceeds, what should have been money that could have been useful for millions of Nigerians. This was between January last year and February this year. That's about almost 1.4 trillion naira. The Nigerian Navy on Wednesday said it saved the country from losing 10 billion naira of stolen crude oil to thieves and economic saboteur in April. A breakdown from the Nigerian Navy revealed that 6,558,000 liters of automotive gas oil, also known as diesel, value at about 720 naira per liter, which equals to about almost so staggering amount of money that were contained in a statement on Wednesday by the Director of Information, Adetoun Ayo. Ayo said a total of 650 covered 148 illegal refinery. Just as yesterday, a very sad one from Imo State, where there was a bomb in one of the depot in Imo State yesterday. Just around April, there's about almost 100 people were killed in what we called an illegal refinery. But yesterday, there was another explosion, the oil station that killed 2 people. That explosion that took place yesterday, all happened at the community known as Izombe in Ogunta local government area of Imo State has claimed the lives of 2 persons, according to the media in Nigeria. It was gathered that the explosion occurred in the early hours of Wednesday at the facility that is operated by Adax Petroleum Development Nigeria. Again, we don't know the reason for that, but according to the police public relation officer in Imo State, confirmed the incident, explained that the commissioner of police in Imo has already drafted command anti-bomb squad. So again, we're not sure. Could it be a terrorist attack, a negligence of health and safety? But all that is something that we continue to ask questions that sometimes could be proven very difficult. I was hearing you talking about some of the governors or those that wants to become the president. Well, 2 of them announced yesterday. We're expecting one again today. These are governors that their performance have not done very well in their state, but maybe when they become the president, those performances might change to the 36 state rather than their own individual state. But before we go there, according to the headline, I will serve Nigerians with all my heart if elected president. That is the vice president, Yemi Osibajo. The Nigerian vice president took his campaign to Adamawa and Taraba. There is no greater privilege than to have opportunity to give one best in the service of country, contributing to society, making life better for the people, according to the Vice President, Yemi Osibajo. But likewise yesterday, the governor of Ekiti State has also declared his intention, just as the former governor and one of the ministers during this government, Oshemole, has also declared his intention as well. So we now have quite a lot of numbers of candidates that is coming from the APC. But according to his national leader that was visiting Buhari yesterday, said it is the merrier the better. We're not sure what is going to happen. Presidency, not Tinubu's inheritance. This is coming from FOLAYEMI. This is not an inheritance referring to Mr. Tinubu presidential election. It is about Nigeria. Nigeria is a commonwealth of all Nigerians. But there are some that are now asking, who is a Nigerian and what is the makeup of Nigeria? That is those that believe in the self-determination. I'm going to take one more, come back again to you in the studio. Nigeria and other sub-Saharan nations lost $1 trillion to $1 trillion to corruption, according to report. What we do know is that there's a lot of corruption cases in Nigeria and most African countries, but in the sub-Saharan, we have lost about $1 trillion to corruption. Nigeria and other sub-Saharan nations have lost $1 trillion to corruption, state a report by the Commonwealth of Africa. This was disclosed at the recent 5-day regional conference of anti-corruption agency that was organized in Kigali in Rwanda. Remember, Rwanda has been in the news lately with the British government saying that we will now have to send all those that wants to apply for asylum with effect from January this year to Rwanda, because according to the British government, Rwanda is more safer. The Africa Growth Initiative noted that the sub-Saharan Africa received nearly $2 trillion in foreign direct investment and ODA between the 1980 and 2018, but lost more than $1 trillion of it to illicit financial outflow, according to it. The report further disclosed that the continent illicit outflow rose to $1.3 trillion, sufficient to lift over 1.4 billion persons out of poverty. But the fund had been utilized, if it has been utilized judicially. When looking at the whole of Africa, that figure rises to $1.3 trillion, enough money that could lift 1.4 billion. Nigeria, I'm sure, will be taking the bigger share of it because we still go to Abacha burial ground to ask some of his pin code so that we can speak to some of those Western countries where money has been eaten. This is Starr Radio UK. I'll come back now to you in the studio.
Interesting. And one thing we must remind our listeners is money, as we're talking, do not have wings. They are not like eagles. They are birds. They are not like seasonal birds that migrate from Nigeria to Africa to what they call the West. People, individuals, siphon those monies. They use them for their private gains. But Olami, interestingly, it's good that Nigerian assessment about the performance of self-governance, governance, who now wants to be presidents and thinking that, well, because they've been governors, they've siphoned a lot of money. They've siphoned a lot of money, and therefore they can use that money to campaign and become president. Now, are Nigerians, do you think at this point in time, Nigerians are going to be assessing those individuals based on their performances? The vice president is one of them. I've always said the vice president, with what I've seen, has not lived up to expectation. And if I were him, I would be apologizing to the people, not to be saying to people, elect me again. The governor of Rivers State now, who wants to, he needs to come clean and tell us exactly when he had an opportunity. Let's see what he's done with the little that came to his hands. To whom much is given, I mean, we expect more. Let's see what he's done with the money, and if he, as of our mandate, yes, we'll give it. What are Nigerians saying about, especially these key people who want to go ahead and lead Nigeria?
Well, just as you say that, there's an audio that I'm going to play quickly, which is just under 30 seconds, okay, and then I can translate it back. And this is part of the reaction on. Well, he's actually angry. And, part of what he was saying there was that the politicians have now spent 100 million naira, which I'm going to give you what it is in pound sterling this morning. That's about 135,000 pounds.
Okay.
So you are actually spending 135,000 pounds, which could have been used in most schools within the local government and each of the states. But rather, is so angry that not only that, is also asking questions to those that wants to go and make that vote to the same politicians that have suffered millions of Nigerians. But the politicians are saying, we will change the directives. We will I was listening to the declaration of FOLAYEMI, and people were even asking, how come he never made that declaration in his state rather than doing it in Abuja? Because the state is not motorable. There's no industry. The state is not functioning. There's no electricity. And that goes to Amosun, that was also a two-time governor of Ogun State. He will be making his declaration today. He has already announced it at the Senate floor because he's currently also a senator after becoming the governor for 8 years. He was once a senator before becoming the governor. So it looks like a Maradona system that the politicians are making use of what they've got. And I was playing on Niger Voices. For those that probably missed the broadcast, you have to go back on Starr Radio. You can listen to it. The senior advocate of Nigeria said some 5 years ago, which then he was referring to 17 years of what we called the security vote that is not part of the constitution, but yet governors are receiving security vote that the military set up because they were worried that somebody might have to overthrow them, and they had to have enough money to their administrator during the era of the military era. And that continuation has continued, and yet nobody has challenged it under the 1999 constitution. So Nigerians are now asking a lot of questions as we have so many contestants on what constitution and what performance. Even Tinubu that wants to become the governor or the president, people are asking his artisans in Lagos State of 8 years. Lagos do not have a potable drinking water, neither do they have a good clean toilet for most of the states.
I think we should ask most of those questions. We need a leader to lead us. Not all of us can be there, and whatever happens, one of these people presenting themselves will lead that. But it will be best we have the list of or the least among the devils to actually lead us, because at the end of the day, all these people putting their names for one form or the other, shape or form, have been involved in politics. They either be governor, senator, or something. They flirted with politics for a long period of time. But we should be able to screen them. I mean, and this is the challenge we're going to throw to Nigeria, especially the Nigerians in diaspora. Olama, I think we need to actually get a session on this platform where we focus solely on Nigerian election. We need to be able to let people start asking questions. What are you going to do? And people should not be afraid to ask questions. people should not be afraid to act. Probably we might have to meet and see how we can activate our local reporting again for people to start reporting from the ground. We need to be able to get, even if 3 people, 4 people can ask questions. I think we need to start something, because at the end of the day, what is happening in our beautiful country, Nigeria, is not something we should be happy about. And if the vote, the power is in the hands of the people, this is the time they need to exercise that power. Because once you vote for them, the power reverts to them and then begin to abuse it, use it against you. So this is the time we all have to exercise our power. They've come back to us. Let's question them. Let's ask them. And let's say if that will be able to. Actually, it will start provoking some of them to think that, look, people are now watching, media is now aggressive, and people are demanding better services, not big talks. Olayomi.
Well, you're quite right, and I'm just, taking a look at some of the comments here. One of our listeners says, I've just casted my vote today at the polling booth without fear of victimization.
Good.
I remember when we traveled down Starr Radio UK as an observer to the last election in 2019. We arrived just in time before the election. The election was cancelled in the middle of the morning when people were sleeping, and that election was postponed for another couple of weeks. Local government election in Nigeria has always been, the governor of each state deciding that. So even if you are an opposition, you are not likely to win a seat in the local government. I'm not sure why. Maybe they don't want challenge, or they don't want, any other person, to be part of that local government, and that means the APC in a state takes it all. AFGA in another state in the southeast will take it all, and that also replicate the PDP. So in your state, as we speak today, almost all the local government is being won by the same political party, and that is also the same thing with Lagos State, where APC is represented, all takes all. And the question is, with the 774 local government in Nigeria, have we ever seen a reliable, authentic local government election for the people without victimization, just as our viewers were saying right there? So I'm going to go straight quickly to some of what is happening on the social media. I'm going to come back again to you in the studio. This is Starr Radio UK. It is your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. ASU is still on strike. It's now almost 81 days that Nigerian students cannot go to university because it seems the government and the National Association of Nigerian Students is not still coming up with an agreement on how they will rectify it. Now let's go to some of the other headlines from the social media. Sonto Onochukwu at choosing Sonto. APC is probably laundering stolen fund right before our eyes with their presidential nomination fund. So those are part of some of the reaction from some Nigerians on the social media. Let's take a bit more, then I'm going to come back again to you in the studio. Again, this is Starr Radio UK. It is your finest African and Caribbean radio station as we continue to review some of the headlines, the news coming out of Nigeria, this morning. Boko Haram terrorists mock President Muhammadu Buhari. Nigerian army openly observe Eid al-Fitr. This is now a game changer. Imagine terrorists now have, the gut and the audacity and the feelings of so many Nigerians is, where is the security? Where is the government? And I can see some of the image that is right in front of me. Boko Haram terrorists mock President Muhammadu Buhari, the Nigerian army, and now openly observe Eid al-Fitr prayer in somewhere in their location in Nigeria as we speak. So now let's take more, and then I'll come back straight to you back in the studio. This is still your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. I'd like to say thank you so much to all our listeners, both in Nigeria and outside Nigeria, listening to us this morning. So let's take some of those, social media handles as well. I just wonder what would have made a guy to drive one-way street to top speed in VI. He must think that he can get away with anything he does in Nigeria. This is a story of a woman that has been, affected in a slight accident where a Lebanese was driving a one-way which I'm sure he must have been doing, just as so many other Nigerians are doing so. Again, 5th of May 2010, Nigeria lost President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua. The late president died in peace and unity, but practiced pure violence. And that is coming from, that. Also, Ilana, UK, Nigeria's 1999 constitution is a fraud. A decree 24 of May 1999 is a diktat, a military diktat. It tells lies against itself. It has illegitimate instrument, and this is from Professor Akin-Oyebode. And the last one coming from you, from us here, Sir Ejimofo received an award from Human Rights Writer Association of Nigeria. Is currently one of the legal team for MAZI NNAMDI KANU. We talked about him on Nigeria Voices yesterday as we continue to ask why the government is not looking to terrorists that is now praying Eid al-Fitr on the open ground somewhere in Nigeria with no one challenging them.
Olayomi, that is very depressing, to be honest with you. Imagine in this country, a group that has been banned, a group that is terrorizing people, steps out there and decides that today we're going to do an open prayer. The police will be out there trying to get them out. Evidence would have been gathered, footage, those in the image. By now, the police would have been tracking them down one by one and picking them up. What we do have today is a divided Nigeria, where a section is controlled by bandits and terrorists. Gradually, Nigeria is descending to where we do not want it to go to. I don't know how we're going to solve it, but if anything at all, some of these elections that are going on, coming up, will determine the next direction. And we'll urge people, if you do not like the condition, in 2000, there was a president in Ghana, finally, 2001, yes, Kufuor. During the campaign, there was a message that he carried, said, examine your life, your standard of living, and cast your vote according to that. So my appeal to Nigerians today is to be able to look at the conditions they are enduring and then determine, let that inform how they want to vote. If they decide to retain those in office from the local government to the up there, who continue to usher them to these violent daily lives, is totally up to them. But examine your life and see how you vote. Olami, on that note, any other things?
What? And the rest of you that are watching us. And on that note, stay tuned with Frank for more updates on the other headlines coming out from Starr Radio UK this morning. Bye for now.
Okay, thank you very much, Olayomi, and thank you very much, our listeners. So Olayomi will be leaving out very soon, and he might be back from a police station, but which way Nigeria, which way Africa. We'll be right back.
Oh yeah, I want to know. Yes, I want to know which way Nigeria is heading to.